I won't say it disappointed. Well, actually, yeah, I will say it kind of disappointed me. Engage Kiss. Like that show was. I thought like the main character. I watched like the first episode and I was like, the main character has potential just because he was such a piece of shit. And I kind of dug that. I was like, all right, sometimes you need a character that shakes it up and is a bit out of the ordinary for like the typical anime protagonist, like the anime male protagonist. I was like, yeah, I hope he does suck. And I kind of like that, the way he was like digging in his girlfriend's pockets, like having her pay for his shit. He ordering stuff. She like fixing him food in pitch black darkness and all that. I was like, okay, this is a unique little angle. Either the girl eventually comes around to being like, this man fucking sucks, or the other end of things is he kind of like crawls out of it and like makes a better person of himself. And that may have happened, but like, I'm not gonna lie. I got to like the end of the episode and I was like, y'all heard that long ass list of shows that I listed off. And I got to the part where, they're in the middle of fighting this fucking monster. Cause like the plot of Engage Kiss is that there are demons in the world, and like these like different corporations bid on who's going to fight and take the demons out. And the main character is with this smaller company, and he always bids like really low bids, and he winds up giving most of the money away to his company. And like the reason he can always do it is because he's got a contract with like an A-class demon, and like the other demons are like not A-class at all. So like he just comes in, but she's like a succubus. And so like she's like a succubus and in love with him or whatever. And so like she's constantly trying to like, bang him or whatever. And I like, there's a point in the episode where they're like fighting a giant monster and they have to do a whole fucking break from the action and everything that they had built up to that point so that she could redo their contract, which involved like this long makeout kiss.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
And the whole time I was watching, I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what is this garbage? Like, I'm so tired of this. Like, it's not that I don't like, it's not that I have a problem with fan service where I'm like, it's got to be eradicated, but this shit was just detracting from the episode. And it just like, it's not like we being monetized, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, really. Bro, it's porn out there. Who is this for? Porn exists. So like why are you watching this? Like you sitting here watching this to like what? To get your jollies? Like it's weird. Like watch some it's go watch porn and then come back to fiction, actual fiction, and just watch actual fiction. Like what the fuck am I looking at? They sat there and they had to make out and it's close up on their lips and all this shit. And then she, flirting with the nigga. I'm like, it looked like they was about to fuck. I'm like, look, let's get to the fucking, like, I'm ready to fight. Like, once you get to the fight scene, I'm trying to see some boxing, my guy. Like, this is a waste of my fucking time. And so I'm sitting there heated, and I knew as soon as they finished it, they wrapped up. They had some little shit at the end, but I was already out. Like, once they wasted their time with that, I said, yup, this shit out. And it may have improved, and, somebody... the Engage Kiss fans might come for me. They find this video, be like, man, how could you talk about Engage Kiss like this? Because it sucked. The first episode was ass. That's why. Don't tell me nothing about it get better later. I don't have time for that. I listed off like 8 different shows, my guy. And the rest of them, for the most part, I liked. So like, yeah, that was definitely the big disappointment for me.